If you are anything like me, then turning on what I like to call the big light in a room kind of feels like you are being annihilated by a giant spotlight. So when I get cozy at home, especially when I'm having a lovely evening crafting, I like to dim all the lights, I like to put up little lanterns, and most of all, I love candlelight. Particularly beeswax candles are my favorite. So when I had a family member start keeping bees and offered to give me some of the honeycomb that he'd been saving for me to see what I could do, I jumped on that chance. I'll preface this by saying that this is my first time rendering honeycomb into candles. I did try to watch a lot of tutorials on how to do it, but you know, mistakes were made along the way. But why don't we take a look at how I went from raw honeycomb to these really cute finished candles for me to craft by candlelight at. So I received the honeycomb in these plastic Ziploc bags. They had been saved in the freezer for a while, and this is what the raw honeycomb looks like. It's a nice deep dark color, and the first step was to all of that together in a pot. Some of it still had honey on it, so some were dry honeycomb, some were like the caps, I'm pretty sure. Others still, like I said, had honey on it, which is actually really delicious. I let some of that drain so I could eat some of the honey. This is actually mangrove honey. It is so good. I then covered the honeycombs in a good amount of water and put it on heat. I tried to let it just simmer and not boil because I didn't want the beeswax to discolor, and what happens here is that the wax melts, kind of mixes together with the water, so you have this mixture of like water, wax, honey, dirt that I then can put through a filter system. This filter is actually meant for rendering honey, so it has a coarser filter up top and then a thinner filter down bottom to kind of do 2 filtration steps in one and really get some of that dirt out in this first bit. After this first filtration step, I let the mixture cool in the new pot, and what's supposed to happen is that the honey and water and any leftover dirt kind of stays in the water down below, and the wax forms a disc on the top that you can then pull out and further refine or render. I was planning on doing the next rendering and filtering step right away. Unfortunately, life got in the way and I forgot the pot outside and it formed a sheet of ice, and you know, some bugs got into it, so I redid this last step of melting it down again and putting it through a new filter to get any of that extra stuff out, and then letting it re-cool down to reclaim hopefully a little bit cleaner wax this time after letting it sit out that long. I then melted down just that new disc of wax again and poured that through a cheesecloth. I did cover it with a little bit of water because it felt like that would help maybe dissolve some of the extra dirt in there. I let the cheesecloth hang for a while to hopefully try to get all of the wax out, because every time that I'm boiling, melting, filtering, I am losing beeswax in the process, and I'm trying to keep as much of it as I can because this is very precious beeswax to me. And then I let that cool one more time in this smaller pot to once again form that disc of beeswax on the top. Now with this last filtration that I did, I think that the disc of beeswax looks really good. There's still a little bit of specks of dirt in it here and there, but overall I am so happy with how this turned out. So I've decided to move from this to creating candles. Now there's many ways to make candles, especially with beeswax. There's the traditional dip candle method, which I've always wanted to try. I also have an antique tin candle mold, but because this beeswax is very precious to me, I wasn't trying to do something that I didn't really know too much about, or with a form that I didn't know too much about, so I used a professional grade beeswax candle mold. I put the disc of wax in a double boiler and I very slowly melted that wax before pouring it out into the candle mold. I also held one more layer of cheesecloth in between just to catch any of the remaining dirt and debris, and I was trying to see how many candles I could make from this. Again, this is another way that you're losing a little bit of wax, but I think it turned out pretty okay because I ended up with 1.5 candles from the beeswax from my relative. I also have some beeswax that I bought commercially, so I decided to melt that down to kind of fill out the space in the second candle so that the second candle wouldn't be quite so short. And because I let it cool and then I refilled it with new hot wax, you'll definitely see a line where you have the different waxes. They might also be different colors. We'll have to see when it turns out. But I was okay with that because I wanted to know what was the beeswax from my relative and what was the beeswax that I bought commercially. I then let those candles cool down enough so that it would be safe to pull them out of the mold. And this part was so exciting to me, to see my first candles, my first beeswax candles and candles ever coming out of molds, hopefully all intact. The first two came out so well, and this last one is the one made exclusively with the beeswax from my relative, and I think it looks beautiful. I also think it's so interesting to see that the fresher beeswax, I think, is a little bit more golden in color versus the commercial beeswax that I bought, I think has been aged for a while. So it's a little bit lighter in color. And that also helps you kind of see a difference between my relative's beeswax and the commercial beeswax in the one candle that mixes the two. And also because I had a bunch of melted commercial beeswax at this point, I decided why not keep making candles since I have the candle mold and use up all of the remaining beeswax that I had to make as many as I could, because honestly, this is really fun. So now that I have crafted all the candles that I could from the beeswax that I have, let's see, how many did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles. I'm so excited. I feel like that's a really decent amount of candles from the beeswax that I had. I made 1.5 from the honeycomb that I got. I feel like I could have gotten a way better result if I was a little bit more careful in the rendering steps. But again, this is my first time, so hopefully I'll get better in the future if I'm allowed to get some more raw beeswax. I am definitely gonna have a lot of use for a lot of these candles, but I'm also really excited because I think I have enough to send some to some of my patrons. So I think some of my patrons, keep a lookout for that. You might be receiving a beeswax candle. I think that would be fun. Overall, I think that this was a huge success. And in the future, I would definitely maybe do this outside because my kitchen is currently covered in beeswax. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get that off of my floors, counters, stove, cabinets. And I think that I can basically simplify the process a lot more in the future if I want to render honeycomb again. I know this is quite different from my usual crafting videos. I hope that you enjoyed it anyway. You might spot a few of the candles that are burning in the background in future videos because I do really love beeswax candles and using them. I know our time is precious, so I appreciate that you decided to spend some of it with me. And I think that there might be a video here you could be interested in if you want to keep on watching something somewhat like this. Otherwise, thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye!